Good afternoon. My name is Raymond Mooney, and I'm here with my colleague Tara Gomez. On behalf of Hire Global, Tara and I will be presenting all of you with information on how to conduct business while working abroad in South Korea. We will do this by providing you with an overview of the South Korean culture, as well as some communication differences you may experience. And we will finally close with an explanation of a few cultural business norms, all of which are important to show respect as well as appropriate behavior. Doing business in South Korea could be very lucrative and beneficial. South Korea and Taiwan are the only countries that have, for the past 5 years consecutively, increased their economic growth by at least 5% in each of these years. They have the skill and the management that allow them to maintain a healthy economy and be a good business partner. The culture can be complex, but when it comes to business, South Korea takes a formal approach by setting up a defined hierarchy within their professional ranks. If someone is in charge, they need to be respected as such, and the lines dividing their hierarchy are pronounced. If someone in charge of their company is speaking to your company, then you should send a delegate that is equivalent to their position. This allows there to be an equal playing field, and it shows that you have respect for their position. Because sending someone in of a lower job or position would show that you do not necessarily value their work. While they conduct business, they are very polite, which means punctuality is a must. Yet sometimes schedules are hectic, so if your South Korean business partner is late, be courteous and avoid negativity. Being courteous shows that you value their time they are giving you and that you will be willing to work around schedules in order to get the job completed. Communication is another part when it comes to conducting business in South Korea. Nonverbal communication is what you will most likely encounter first. When meeting with a business partner from South Korea, the appropriate behavior you should use is first greet each other with a slight bow. This can sometimes lead to a handshake, and while shaking hands, be sure to maintain eye contact. This is considered to be proper etiquette. If you happen to be a Western woman conducting business, then you must be the one to initiate the handshake. When it comes to verbal communications, you should address a South Korean business partner by their family name or title. Only use the first name if they tell you that you can. They also view small talk as pointless, so one should avoid small talk in excessive amounts. When communicating, just try to be respectful and avoid being offensive. Now I'll pass it over to my colleague, Tara Gomez, who will talk about cultural business norms in South Korea.
Thanks, Ray. Hi, my name is Tara Gomez, and today we're going to talk about Korean business culture. A few areas I would like to address are meetings, greetings, dress, business card etiquette, and gift exchange. Once I've addressed these areas, I will go ahead and wrap up this video presentation. The first area I'd like to talk about today are greetings. When doing business in South Korea, the men often greet each other with a slight bow, which is also accompanied by a handshake. In South Korean business culture, it is appropriate for women to exchange handshakes. However, a South Korean man will never initiate a handshake with a woman, as this can be looked at as impolite. Also, you may want to make sure that you are addressing people by their title or by their title within their family. First names are commonly used in South Korea once a relationship has been established. You also want to make sure that you wait for your Korean counterpart to initiate this exchange. Next, let's address meetings. South Koreans like punctuality, so you want to make sure that you're scheduling appointments and meeting those appointments in a timely manner. Also, you want to make sure that these appointments are scheduled well enough in advance. The most convenient times to do business in South Korea are between 10 a.m. and noon, and 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Just make sure that when you're scheduling meetings, you're doing so during the appropriate hours. Also, there are certain times of the year that we would like to avoid. One is the Lunar New Year, which is typically January-February timeframe, and also the Moon Festival, which is in September or October. Also, once you have that meeting set and you arrive in a timely fashion, you want to make sure that when you enter it, the senior member of your delegation should enter first and make sure that they're sitting in the middle of the table. You also want to make sure that you understand personal relationships before doing business in South Korea. Generally, Our first meeting is a get-to-know affair. They want to establish a personal relationship before the business relationship can be agreed upon. Also, I'd like to address business card etiquette. Prior to doing business in South Korea, you want to make sure that you bring a sufficient supply of business cards with you to South Korea. You also want to make sure that you follow the proper procedures on giving business cards and receiving business cards. Anytime you give a business card in South Korea, you want to make sure you do so with both hands. Also, anytime you receive a business card in South Korea, make sure you're accepting it with both hands as well. Once you receive the business card, also make sure that you look at it. You want to make sure that you look at the business card and that you make a comment on it right away before sticking it in your pocket. If you just accept the card and put it in your pocket, this can be seen as rude. Now, when giving out a business card, you want to make sure there's a couple of things you want to follow. You want to make sure that one side is in Korean. You also want to make sure that on that business card, you're listing your title and any credentials that you have. Also, next we're going to deal with appearance. Appearance is very important in South Korean culture, as with any Asian country. It is important that at all times, whether it's formal and informal, that you look your smartest. It is for the Korean men, the dark suit, shirt, tie are still a very normal attire for them to wear. Women often wear business suits and dresses. In the winter, make sure you're dressing appropriately. Make sure you have coats, scarves, gloves, hats. Also, accessories. Good quality accessories are very high value in South Korea. Next, we're going to talk about gift exchange. In South Korea, gift exchange is just part of doing business. It's done to secure favors and build relationships. Gifts are always reciprocated, so make sure that you bring something from your native country. Initially, you want to make sure that the gift you're giving has your brand name, logo, something for the office. On one of your next visits, you want to make sure that the next item you bring has craftsmanship and beauty. Also, you want to make sure that the gift you bring is not too expensive, because the gifts are when the gift is given, an equal is given in exchange. So in conclusion, I'd like to say that understanding South Korean business etiquette will play an important role in developing a successful business relationship. Personal relationships are very important in the South Korean culture and take priority over business. It may take several meetings to close a deal or to come to an argument. The first couple of meetings will serve as a get-to-know meeting and not focus on business at all. Cross-cultural awareness in areas such as meeting etiquette and business protocols are ways of enhancing the business trip and maximizing the potential by minimizing understandings and promoting clear lines of communication. I hope you enjoyed our presentation on South Korea. You have a great day. Thank you.